Welcome back to the Movie Man. Today I will show you a 2017 Korean action crime thriller film, The Villainess. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. At the start of the movie, Suk-hee, a highly skilled and trained female assassin, enters a hallway. She kills numerous people with her gun and knives. She then enters a room where she kills the boss Park and his henchmen using her combat ability. However, as she tries to make her escape and goes outside, she's surrounded by cops. Meanwhile, an agency has been tracking down Park and his men. In the next scene, the agency, which was monitoring Suk-hee in a CCTV camera as she has just annihilated Park's gang. We learn that they're after a certain hard drive. The gang's chief says that Suk-hee might be of their use given her exceptional assassination skills. Suk-hee is then shown in a room in an unnamed facility. She opens her eyes but then falls unconscious. She's drugged and is given plastic surgery. While recovering, she has a flashback showing an unnamed man. The man is training her for a breath-holding exercise underwater. When it's time, the trainer warns Suk-hee to come out of the water, but she doesn't respond. Hence he orders his men to quickly rescue her. Suk-hee isn't breathing anymore, so the trainer thinks she's dead. However, just after a while she suddenly opens her eyes and starts to breathe again. Turns out she was just teasing her trainer. This shows that Suk-hee is very good at holding her breath. The movie then shifts to the present, where the facility authorities are waiting for Suk-hee to regain consciousness. When she doesn't respond, the authorities decide to discard her. Suk-hee realizes this is the opportunity for her to strike, so she attacks them and escapes the room. When she's surrounded by more people, she holds one of them hostage and threatens to kill him with a knife. Next, she runs down through corridors, jumping from room to room to find the exit door. However, she only stumbles upon a strange group of people. Some are practicing ballads while others are learning cooking. All of these people only tell her that she cannot leave the facility. When attempting to escape, Suk-hee comes across a makeup room where a woman tells her that she knows the way to the exit door. With her help, Suk-hee finally gets outside of the facility, but suddenly she's shot in the shoulder by the same woman. The facility turns out to be part of South Korea's intelligence agency and is run by the same woman. The name is Chief Kwon-suk. When Suk-hee regains consciousness, Kwon-suk tells her that they've given her a new start and have faked her death. Further mentions that they've given her a new identity and named Chae-yeon-soo. Suk-hee says she doesn't care and wants to die, but Kwon soon responds that when she and her team examined Suk-hee's body, they discovered she was pregnant. She then offers her a deal. Suk-hee will have to work as an agent for 10 years and in exchange she will be released. The latter doesn't want to oblige, but since she has a child on the way, she reluctantly agrees. Next, her training begins, starting with fighting classes as well as acting lessons. While in training, Suk-hee also gives birth to a daughter whom she names Eun-hye. The facility authorities want to give Suk-hee a completely new identity, so they also have her tattoo removed. During the process, she has flashbacks of the unnamed trainer giving her the shoulder tattoo when she was 20 years old. The trainer asks her who killed her father, but Suk-hee doesn't say anything as she is determined to find the murderer by herself and kill him. Another flashback occurs and we see Suk-hee has a highly skilled and trained assassin trying to kill an old man with yellow teeth. Suk-hee is captured, and while beating her, the old man tells her he did not kill her father. Eventually her trainer arrives and shoots the old man, freeing Suk-hee. The flashback continues and we see Suk-hee as an 8-year-old girl trained to load a pistol by her trainer. Back in the present, Kwon-suk gives Suk-hee a folder with the info for her first assignment. As assigned, Suk-hee finds the target in his home and wrestles with him for a while. When she kills the target, she looks up to see a young girl on the stairs. This triggers a flashback to 7-year-old Suk-hee, seeing her father being killed. She is hiding under a bed and doesn't get a look at the killer's face. However, she does hear him whistling an eerie tune. When the man comes back into the room, we're shown that this person is Jong-chun, the old man with yellow teeth. Jong-chun was a friend of Suk-hee's father. Turns out her father had stolen a diamond. In revenge, Jong-chun sold Suk-hee to a prostitution ring. When she's about to be forcibly assaulted by a prostitution client, her trainer arrives and rescues her. We see his name is Lee Young-sang. We also learn why Young-sang trained Sookie to be this killing machine and why she's so devoted to him. Having completed her first assignment, Sookie is released from the facility and will continue to work for the agency from her new apartment that she shares with her daughter Eun-hye. Before leaving the facility, Sookie bids farewell to Minju, the only friend she made there. Unknown to Sookie, Kwon-suk has placed a male agent in the apartment beside her apartment. His name is Young Hyun-soo and he is to befriend Sookie and keep tabs on her. Kwon-suk also has her men install security cameras around Sookie's new apartment. As neighbors, Sookie and Hyun-soo become fast friends. Even the little Eun-hye starts taking Hyun-soo as a father figure. After a few meetings with each other, Sookie finally asks Hyun-soo out. The male agent had researched everything about Sookie, so he mostly knows about her likes and dislikes. Thus he wears a colored tie that she likes. While noticing Jun Hyun-soo's tie, it reminds Sookie of a tie she gave to her trainer Young-sang. It is revealed in flashbacks that Sookie and Young-sang had gotten married. They had gone to Seoul for a honeymoon. During the honeymoon, Young-sang gets a call one night informing him that one of his men, Choi Chun-mo, is in serious trouble. He then leaves to save his gang member. Shortly after, Chun-mo approaches Sookie and tells her that his boss Young-sang has been killed. He explains that Young-sang got killed when he was trying to save him from the murderers who killed Sookie's father. Chun-mo managed to get away from the fight, but his boss was kidnapped and later killed. Sookie is devastated as she hears the shocking news. However, in a flashback we learned that the marriage was not the same for Young-sang as it was for Sookie. She says that she is willing to let go of her thirst for revenge if she can get married and live a normal life. Young-sang realizes that his trained assassin would no longer be of much use, so he sets up an act. He stages a wedding with her and pays people to attend the wedding, and while on their honeymoon he fakes saving Choi Chun-mo and stages his own death. Thus we learn that his death was just an act. When Chun-mo tells Sookie that her husband is dead, she loses her mind and goes on a killing rampage, taking out the whole gang who she thinks is behind Young-sang's death, that is Park's gang. However, in addition to faking his own death and getting away from her, Young-sang was so cruel that he wanted his wife dead, hoping to get rid of her forever. He had expected Sookie to be killed in the process, considering the sheer number of Park's men. Obviously, mere street fighters are no match for our well-trained assassin. Thus she kills all of them. This killing scene is the opening of the movie where Sookie annihilated all of Park's men. Back in the present, Sookie and Hyun-soo return home after their date. It's evident that both of them have developed feelings for each other. Although Hyun-soo was spying on Heifer. Before entering her apartment, Sookie reveals that her husband died years ago. The pair then expresses their feelings for each other and share a kiss. Just then, Sookie gets a call from Minju, who has just gone into an accident. She rushes to her friend only to find out that Minju was just lying. She's actually here for her first assignment and needs Sookie's help. For her assignment, Minju has to retrieve a mobile phone from the target. The two women disguise themselves as restaurant servers and approach the target. While Minju distracts the target, Sookie attempts to get his phone. Sookie succeeds in stealing the phone, but she's soon caught. The target and his men discover Sookie and Minju's real identity as spies, so they attack them. In the ensuing fight, Minju is injured very badly. Overcome with vengeance, Sookie transforms into her assassin form and attacks the opponents with all her might. However, she's overpowered by the men, so she carries Minju's lifeless body and goes outside. Just then Kwon-suk arrives at the scene and learns of the situation, tells Sookie that they cannot hope much for Minju as her injury is fatal. Sookie begins wailing helplessly, realizing that her only friend cannot be saved. Setting aside her emotions, Sookie retrieves the phone from her target and kills them as per Kwon-suk's order. Elsewhere, it's revealed that the information from the phone has documents about Choi Chun-mo, who has now become a gang leader. At the movie start, when Sookie had gone to kill Park's men, Chun-mo was the one who stole the hard drive. Kwon-suk and the agency are worried that since Sookie knew him, she may be a double agent. In the following days, Suk-hee continues to live at the apartment. The love between her and Hyun-soo deepens, so they plan to get married soon. Suk-hee reveals her marriage plans to her agency chief Kwon-suk, who also agrees to arrange the wedding for her. However, Suk-hee has to work for the agency until her daughter is 15 years old. The agency has also figured its next target for her. Kwon-suk wants to do an assassination from a wedding catering company, so decides to arrange a wedding between Hyun-soo and Suk-hee from that company. In the next scene, we see that the agency pays people to attend the wedding. Meanwhile, Suk-hee in her wedding gown aims a rifle out a window at her target. She fires 2 shots but misses the target due to his constant movement. When she zooms in on the rifle scope to have a clearer vision, everything around her pauses for a moment. Her target is none other than her late husband Young-sang. Suk-hee can't kill him, shocked that he's still alive. In the meantime, Young-sang tracks the location from which the shots came and identifies Suk-hee. Later he follows her to a restaurant and confronts her with his gun. However, Suk-hee pretends that she doesn't know him. Young-sang takes off but manages to tape a conversation between Hyun-soo and Chief Kwon-suk where the former is reporting to her about Suk-hee. The following day, Young-sang sends the taped conversation to Suk-hee. The conversation reveals that Hyun-soo is actually an undercover agent assigned to keep tabs on her. Suk-hee tears up and begins to cry because of the betrayal. She starts wondering if Hyun-soo ever loved her. In the next scene, the agency takes Suk-hee into custody after learning that she was in touch with Young-sang. Elsewhere, Young-sang's gang gets to Hyun-soo and Eun-hye in the apartment. Hyun-soo tries to tell Young-sang on the phone that Eun-hye is in fact his own daughter, hoping that all the killing will stop. However, Young-sang doesn't care and he orders Hyun-soo to kill the kid in exchange for his own life. Hyun-soo tries to fight the gang but is knocked unconscious and left with a little girl and a bomb. Next, Young-sang stages a rescue of Suk-hee from the agency's custody. As she reaches her apartment, she watches as the bomb goes off. Hyun-soo jumps out of the apartment with Eun-hye in his arms. Suk-hee helplessly runs towards them but the jump leaves Hyun-soo severely injured. Holding her daughter in her arms, Suk-hee tries to awaken her but to no avail. Suk-hee bursts into tears as she watches her family die. As she tearfully asks Hyun-soo who's behind all of this, he tries to catch his last breath and tell her the truth, but sadly he succumbs to his injuries. Suk-hee thinks it's the work of the agency. In the next scene, we see her confronting Kwon-suk, but the chief finally reveals the bitter truth to her. Hyun-soo had found Young-chun, the old man with yellow teeth who is also Suk-hee's father's friend, and got to know everything. This interview was recorded on surveillance tape. Kwon-suk then plays the tape for Suk-hee. Turns out Young-sang was the real culprit who killed Suk-hee's father. Consumed with rage, she tracks him and his gang to a parking garage. She kills all the gang members and confronts Young-sang. However, he escapes to the street and meets his remaining gang members and they speed off in a passenger bus. Adamant on getting revenge, Suk-hee chases after them. She catches up to the bus, boards it and once again attacks them. Once she's done killing Young-sang's men, she attempts to kill her ex-husband. The pair duel for a while and both of them are severely injured. Having no choice, Suk-hee grabs an axe and slashes the bus driver's hand, causing the vehicle to crash. The crash knocks out everyone on board. Thankfully, Suk-hee regains consciousness before Young-sang does and corners him. When he wakes up, she has an axe over his head waiting for the right time to kill him. Being vulnerable at the moment, Young-sang has no choice but to surrender. He accepts killing Suk-hee's father as he puts his head down and starts whistling an eerie tune. The same tune she had heard when the murderer killed her father. Initially, Suk-hee's hand shakes when she raises the axe. Young-sang belittles her for being a coward. After all, she did love him truly. In the final scene, Suk-hee comes back to her senses. Once again overcome with vengeance, she finishes off Young-sang and walks out of the wreckage with the police surrounding her. That was all of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button and subscribe to watch more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.